Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra, to help the Muslims see for themselves and decide. And please know that I am not an enemy. I don't want to hurt anyone, not even the Muslims, even as I have been hurt by my own religion, finding out very deeply hurt. It's been a religious crisis, but I don't want to hurt anyone, neither my Shias, right? I do get angry at my Shias also, but that doesn't mean that I want to hurt you. Shias. So this. So please, another thing is that, you know, finding out that's my own relative, someone near, a friend, attacking me, and they start to attack again. And I'm losing my bones, shrinking, and so my health is deteriorating, right? So this, let's see how this goes. I've tried my best, whatever I have, and then I'm taking financial help from my country, and they call it salary. So it's like we're working for them. Only thing is that I hope I can be loyal to my country, but I can't give anything back, right? Any substantial in monetary form like work. So this is the only thing I haven't. I can't be. I felt that when I found out that this my religion is examining the Quran ayats closely, then I cannot, like hold on to it, right? It's a lie. Like Allah says here in this ayat, where is it? That lying, lying against Allah, or like in Surah 7, ayat 33, and then where's the other one? Please, trying to find that ayat. So it's a kind of, I can't lie to myself. I want to live my truth, what I believe in and what I found. And I shared this here. So if it resonates with you, but being passionate and human also, I would say, oh, leave Islam right now. Like I say, that the mind, oh, how Allah has punctured our minds, how He's betrayed us. Can you see this? So, in my own way, showing, right? Can't find that ayat right now, so I'll just start from the very beginning. So, like, how in Islam also lying is a very serious crime, right? A sin, especially against Allah. So, isn't it? Or both ways, like lying and lying against Allah, are serious crimes. Misinformation also, and putting the wrong blame on others. And putting the wrong blame on others. So I can understand your bias or the weakness that you have. Um, but I'm sorry if I start to get angry when you come here and you attack me, like, personal attacks, and call me dishonest and say I'm out of context and all this. So, this, along as I show you, it will be right from Dr. Khalil Andani is also that, there are different ways. The Salafis, the way they interpret the Quran ayats, and then the Sunni, and there is a difference between Sunni and Shia. But on Istaghata, I learned that there shouldn't have been any difference between Sunni and Shia Islam. However, I don't know how it came through the Salafi, through the Salafi belief, Salafi Muslim Islam belief. Came into the Sunnis also, and I could see this in Pakistan. So those Sunnis who incline more towards Salafis Islam, for them there's like they feel there's no istaghata, right? But there have been, and Dr. Khalil Andani has shown the history of the religious scholars their religious scholars, the Sunni Muslim religious scholars who have believed in Istaghata. And he shows from the scriptural scriptures, right? Islamic scriptures also. So this in his from his chapter here, chapter 32 of his book, Ya Muhammad Ya Ali, Istaghata in Islamic Thought and Practice, Dr. Khalil Andani's. So I've taken a part of his here. Now we were in my previous live stream. Uh, in the end, like it was 3.5 hours, and even my mic went off. The the battery went off. So I want to start with this right quickly. And the scriptural basis for Istaghata on Moses is the ayats, Quranic ayats. Um, so, oh, do I have to read this again? I don't know whether I should or not. So my performance is low because time in and time. I mean, I'm in this, but the attack. I'm in this condition where I'm being attacked. This betrayal by my relatives or whoever was close to me and has been attacking me for the longest time now. I can't take it anymore. So before I die or something, I don't think I want to live long. My arms are like stick. They've got my bones. I think I should. Since I was 20, 21 years old, when I found out about steroids, I was like, because I had chronic fatigue, I felt that I should be on steroids, not on sedatives. Like, sometimes take a herbal sedative and sleep, that I should have steroids for my, because it was hurting. I was feeling weak and tired all the time. So I thought maybe now in London, I did my medical checkup and they said, because of the, I've had a lot of throat infections and taking antibiotics for it. The doctors were giving me in Karachi. So they said it's because of that. And then in London, they gave me iron, ferrograt C, but it didn't go. It's actually chronic fatigue. And then I found out that it's black magic and all that. So I didn't regain my health. I stopped. In London, they told me don't take antibiotics much. I stopped that. I started to look for herbal medicine for my throat infection and all. And I was taking anti allergies also. So my health didn't come back. Please bear with me. It's been too much now. A lot of treachery and a lot of this. So if you can bear with me on this, I'll try my best, right? With whatever now I have, as my health has been deteriorating more and I have this trauma and this betrayal thing and I'm very scared. Please bear with me if you can. Okay, so I'm not your enemy, Muslims, and I just, of course, I'm grateful to Abu Dhabi for my country for, you know, I'm not well, so they're giving me salary, and they call it salary. However, I had to give them what I found, honestly, and this is my passion. My other passion was taking pictures and all this, but this is I think, my first and foremost passion. Truth seeking and finding out how great my religion is. This, and I found out how terrible my religion is. Even Shia Islam, not only like Islam altogether, Sunni Islam or what, Salafis. So I'll start with what Dr. Khalil Andani has given here, saying that the command people never call anyone instead of God. This is what the Salafis have given. But where is this? Dr. Khalil Andani is. He's given that Moses, he's given, I'll show you later on, he's given that Moses, um, these two verses, Surah 20, ayat 67, and Surah 26, ayat 63, where Moses parts the sea, of course, being inspired by Allah, but he gets the power of Allah, right, to part the sea here in these two ayats. You can see, strike for them a dry path through the sea, right? Moses, strike with your staff the sea. Surah 26 and 63 also. And then, so Moses parted the sea here. But in Surah Baqarah at 50, that's the second chapter of the Quran, we parted the sea for you. So Allah says here that we parted the sea for you. It might flip into. So, sorry. We parted the sea for you and saved you, right? Saved you and drowned the people of Pharaoh while you were looking on. Says the people of Pharaoh and Pharaoh were chasing them. God says, we saved you from them. We parted the sea. And so there's a contradiction here, right? But this contradiction tells us what, according to Dr. Khalil Andani, Sunni Shia Islam, that this is Istaghata. It's allowed in Islam through these Quran ayats, implying that, you know, whoever Allah gives the power to, you can call on them. Like also, and Allah gives His power to someone, like Moses, then you can call on Moses. Like the people of Moses asked him for water, and so Surah 7, Ayat 160, and we divided them into 12 descendants tribes 12 descendant tribes as distinct nations, and we inspired to Moses when his people implored him for water. When his people implored him for water, right? Implored Moses, asked Moses for water. So Allah gave Moses, told him what to do, like strike with your staff the stone. So the power of Allah sometimes gives to his messengers, prophets, and all angels, even Iblis. So there should be no problem in asking, calling on the messengers of Allah, the angels, and all that, right? But you see, although Dr. Khalil Andani says it's only the Salafis, but what he doesn't see that are against this, and he gives these ayats to tell them, no, it is allowed. Istaghata is allowed. Praying to them is allowed. Asking them is allowed. But Surah Fatiha, so the reason, they haven't understood, however, the interpretation ignored by the Salafis are this two fundamental facts about the Quran. First, the Quran posits various kinds of intermediaries, right? Through which, so he is just defending this part of this part in Islam against the Salafis. But what he himself misses out are many Quran ayats that directly say asking help from other than Allah is not allowed. Even with Allah, it's not allowed. One verse is there in Surah Jinn with Allah. Calling anyone with Allah is also not allowed. And it doesn't mean idols only. It's just a general verse like that. Allah puts it generally. Calling on someone, calling on anyone other with Allah is not allowed even, right? So let alone besides Allah. However, now what can we see? So this is what Dr. Khalil Andani misses, right? Because then what's the difference between polytheism? Because remember, the polytheists also believed in God. There were polytheists who believed in God. So the way Allah puts it for them, like most of the time, besides Allah calling on someone, this is what could confuse the Shias, like Ismaili religious scholars, even like Dr. Khalil Andani, uh, you know, and others, right? So the confusion being, you see, this is what trying to solve this confusion. See, in Surah 6, ayat 65, Allah states, say He is the one. Allah is the one, meaning He, Allah, is the one able to send upon you affliction from above you or from beneath your feet. Affliction is the fitna type, affliction, calamity of it. The fitna one. Sorry, I didn't get the Arabic transliteration of this and put it here. So now for this affliction from above you or from beneath your feet or to confuse you. Uh, and meaning so become so that you confuse you so sex confuse you so you become, I don't know why they have to put brackets, say international sex, right? Now this is a Shia and this could be a different Shia, they say. It means different from the Shia Islam because Abraham was a Shia of no, not Allah, like Allah states in Surah Safat, not Saf, right? I keep mixing up. Surah Safat, I think, ayat 83. If I'm mistaken, I apologize. I'm not going to search that ayat right now. So, but it is in the Quran, right? Abraham was a Shia. Now, that Shia is spelled differently in Arabic. And so in English, that Shia is spelled like Shia. But this Shia sect is spelled ShiyA. But how can it be different, right? A follower of Abraham was a follower of Noah, or he's following Noah's religion. And then here it's like sect. So even in this, Allah is kind of it's confusing, right? So who is actually confusing you is Allah, and you don't see it. And then the blame is put on the ex-Muslims who have found out that this Quran is a bunch of, it is a, confusing, ambiguous, crooked ayats and all this. In Surah Kaf, Allah says that there's no crookedness in this, but I see a lot of crookedness, which I have been pointing out. So who confuses you? Say, He is the one who's able. He's able to send upon you, whether you are a believer, whether you are a disbeliever. He doesn't say here. But whoever is addressing to you would say, will you read the previous ayat and read the next ayat, that he's addressing not to the believers but to the disbelievers. Okay. So he confuses them further, or what? He just confuses them? Shouldn't he be? He is the one. This ayat is like out of the blues in this Surah 6 ayat 65. Now, shouldn't he be leading them, being with them, saying, I mean, in that sense of guiding them, and again saying what? That look, not sending them affliction from above and beneath your feet, or to confuse you, or so they were confused and all that. And look at how the ayats are confusing. So you believers are also confused about this, and you have various interpretations. That's why the Sunnis don't agree fully to the Shias. The Shias don't agree fully to the Sunni belief. Then the Salafis don't agree fully. And then there are subsects in Sunnis, subsects in Shia, and I don't know about the other Salafis. So this. So it is Allah who has, and He Himself says that He confuses you. So it seems that He's also confused you believers. Research shows to me, and experience, and what is the differences between you and the different sects in Islam. And still you come here blaming us. or blaming some ex-Muslim. Sex is Shia, and so it's with the Shiyya, whereas Abraham was a Shia, so they just changed or the Quran word has been, spelling in Arabic has been changed. So Ye has been used here and not there in Surah Safat, I think ayat 83. Abraham was a Shia of Nuh. So the definition of that Shia is that he was a follower of Nuh, and that's not a sect. So this is what you Allah has put, okay? Or what you say, that Shia is different than this Shia sect. But there are sects, fix. And Shia, this kind of Shia is like a sect also, like a fiqh, and you shouldn't have fiqh, right? Sects in Islam. Okay. So do I have to read Surah 20 at 77? Maybe yes. Now let's start with this contradiction. But it's not only a contradiction, it's like against, you see, Salafis don't believe that there should be Istaghata, that is praying to Prophet Muhammad or Imams or anyone, asking them, calling them for help, right? Whereas the Sunnis, some sects or all of them, and I haven't read the full chapter properly about Dr. Khalil Andani's, but on this, just, what is important for me. Uh, Quran ayats. uh, So against the polytheists, when Allah can give His power to Moses to strike the sea, and then in Surah 2, ayat 50, it says, "We parted the sea for you." Then Allah cannot give power to. See, polytheists also believed in Allah. So those polytheists who believed in Allah, let's say, let's even put it this way: those polytheists who were not, like, who believed in Allah and who took partners because they say that Allah willed that we take partners, right? Associate with Him. And so the power to these partners is given to them by Allah, like the power given to Moses. So contradiction, according to Shias and in Dr. Khalil Andani's chapter, no contradiction because God uses intermediaries whom believers can also call upon, right? This is Dr. Khalil Andani's belief about the Quran ayahs like Surah 20 ayat 77, Surah 26 ayat 63, Moses parted the sea, and Surah 2 ayat 50, God parted the sea. So there's no difference. And so he puts it here, or whoever he puts it here in his chapter, that chapter 32, that you see, however, this interpretation ignores the Salafi interpretation where they say, no, you shouldn't call on anyone instead of Allah. Ignores, not the polytheists. What's the difference between associating partners with God? Where the polytheists have. However, this interpretation ignores two fundamental facts about the Quran. First, the Quran posits various kinds of intermediaries, right? But they say you're not supposed to call on them. But then what would be the difference between the polytheists and Islam, believers through which God acts? And I showed you Quran ayats which go against what Dr. Khalil Andani has stated here in this chapter, through which God acts. God acts through them, intermediaries, has given them the power to split the sea, and then he says, I split the sea. So what should be the difference between Moses and God in this act? Okay, God inspired, but he can give the power away, his power to someone else. Right? And so if the polytheists call on those, like the Shias and the Sunnis, on those partners they have with Allah. But sometimes, most of the times, Allah has put like besides Allah, they have partners, and as if, but as if they made it, they have assumed that Allah has partners. Okay, so Allah puts it in this way at times for the polytheists. But there's a Quran ayat which says if Allah, there are many, two or three, how many Quran ayats on this where the polytheists say, if Allah didn't will that we do not associate with him, then we would not have associated with him, anyone, and not would we have forbidden anything, right? So, what's the difference? So then we ask, so this is from Dr. Khalil. So then we ask like this: what's the difference then between intermediaries in Islam and God allowing whom God allows whom you can call on to help the believers, right? And partners with Allah as a polytheism, or besides, who help those who call on them for help. Then what's the difference? And why can't the polytheists do that? And those polytheists who believe in Allah, let's just put it like this for you, Muslim believers, Shia, Sunni, Salafis. Also look at these ayats, right? Surah 6, ayat 63 say, who rescues you from the darknesses of the land and sea? You call upon him, imploring and privately. If he should save us aloud or privately, and if he should save us from this crisis, we will surely be among the thankful. Then Allah says in the same next ayat, Surah 6, ayat 64, say it is Allah who saves you from it and from every distress. It is Allah who saves you from it and from every distress. Then you still associate others with Him. What does this actually mean? Look at it. Doesn't it actually mean calling on others and being thankful to those who saved you is polytheism? Meaning no one can save you but save Allah except Allah. So this would go against these Quran ayats, right? Like Surah 20 ayat 77, where Moses parts the sea, being inspired by Allah. As Surah 26 ayat 63, Moses parts the sea, being inspired by Allah. So Allah has given him the power to strike the sea. And yet Allah himself says that I parted the sea for you in Surah 2, ayat 50. So God parted the sea. Moses parted the sea in these two ayats. So aren't you going to be grateful to this person, this Moses, this prophet, for Allah giving him the power? You can even worship that power that Allah has given him, right? Allah has the power. What do you worship Allah for? The power He has, who no one has, right? Do you not worship Allah for that? He alone is the most powerful. And so, giving His power away to Moses, what's wrong in like even calling Moses like that? And this is allowed in Shia Islam and even some, according to Dr. Khalil Andani, all Sunnis. I mean, in Sunni Islam, Istaghata, it's called. So calling on them, asking for their help, imploring them, like the people of Moses implored Moses, calling on Moses, asking Moses to provide for them water, right? What's the difference? Imploring him for water. So then Allah tells him to strike with your staff the stone, and there gush forth from it 12 springs. Surah 7, ayat 160. Now let's go back up in my notes. And so here, Surah 6 at 63 and Surah 6 at 64 actually also means calling on others and being thankful to those who saved you is polytheism, associating with us. And another meaning is no one can save you but Allah. Right? Yes. But the polytheists also believe in Allah. Most of them are polytheists. Surah 12, ayat 106. Most of those who believe in Allah are polytheists. That's in my words, but you can check that ayat later. After having gone through this, or you can even check it now, Surah 12, ayat 106, while I'm doing this, presenting this. And then we have in Surah 6, ayat 65, like I said, Allah confusing you, or to confuse you into sex, so you become sex. So it is Allah who has made them become, become sex. Confusing them so much, or confusing them, just, sorry, to make you taste the violence of one another. So if you're blaming us that we come here to confuse you and misguide you, no, even your Allah does it. See, when your Allah does it to those whom, why should you blame us? But then your Allah has done this to us. And you come as Sunnis telling us that I'm confused, or an ex-Muslim, another ex, or a Shia, I'm confused, or I'm misguided and I'm misguiding others. So you are confused into sects. Allah confuses you. Not that you yourself confused yourselves. Sects. It's here, it's not fiqh, it's Shia. Shia, and meaning from Shia. Then Surah Al-Isra, Allah states in 17, Surah 17, ayah 67, and when harm touches you upon the sea, those that you call upon besides him vanish from you except him, except Allah, right? Alone, stays with you, doesn't vanish. But when he brings you safely to land, you turn away from him. And man is ever ungrateful. Like Allah is saying, you're so ungrateful to me when I saved you from the harm and you called on me. Right. You would say that. Muslim believers would say that. It has nothing to do with associating with Allah or being, if you call on another, you're being ungrateful. But it does. See, it does imply that. Again, Allah is implying, call upon besides him, vanish from you. Right? So here he's saying besides him, not with him. But again, it's like, it actually, I think, means to correct this Allah is, and the way he's put it, see how he's confused us about polytheism and all this, right? Besides him, vanish from you except him. So Moses vanished, but he gave the power to Moses and he could give the power to another person. And it's a it's like, it carries on like that. It continues. Among polytheist partners that Allah has sent here for them to guide them to and given them the power. So if one goes, then another one, chief polytheist comes, is born, or is given to the brother or son who is old enough or something. So how can Allah say the those that you call upon besides him vanish from you? Yes, they vanish, but still, if you call upon them like Allah gave power to Moses, they can help you and save you with their name, even calling on their name, even zikr Allah. Like, Allah has attributes for, excuse me. Surah Ankabut, Surah 29, and number is 29, verse 65. If they happen to be aboard a ship caught in a storm, meaning they cry out to Allah alone in sincere devotion. Alone in sincere devotion, right? Like you're not supposed to call the you know, tower, light, what do you call it? The rescue team, right? Come and help us. Or, yeah, of course, the rescue team might come through like a helicopter at that time. But now a rescue team can help you, maybe. They cry out to Allah in sincere devotion. But as soon as He delivers them to shore, they associate, meaning they associate others with Him again, once again. Now, what does this Quran ayat mean? It means do not call on other, only Allah can save you, no one. But the polytheists remember again and again reminding you that they believe in Allah and they have partners with Allah. Or even besides Allah, as Allah has put it, in a wrong way, like, to confuse you about it, I think, in my view. So you're not supposed to take help from anyone. These ayats imply, and not call on anyone except Allah. And then Surah 29, ayat 68. And who is more unjust than one who invents a lie about Allah or denies the truth when it has come to him? So remember I said in the beginning I was not able to find this ayat. So how can I live a lie, right? When I find out that it's a lie, then who is more unjust than one who invents a lie about Allah? And I feel that this was invented about Allah. This is not the true Allah, and the Prophet is a false prophet. How can I uh, go on hanging on to this and believing in this? So I had to be true to myself in this. Although there are some things maybe I'm not true to myself, but here it's very clear. This I know this is lie, and I worked on it, and the research shows my research that this Quran is a lie. So then Islam is a lie, and all this, anything to do with Islam is a lie. Any sect, any school of Islam is a lie. And who is more unjust than one who invents a lie about Allah? Who is more unjust? No one is more unjust. Even if they rape, kill, plunder, this, that, no one is more unjust. Right? Than one who invents a lie about Allah. Zalim also means unjust, being unjust. But if you're a zalim in the sense that you're a mischief maker and you are a criminal mujrim, but here, who's the most zalim, unjust? Who invents a lie about him? I cannot do that after what I found out, and I wanted to help the Muslims, and my country is giving me salary and helping me as much as I could, risking my life. But remember, I'm not your enemy, right? I would not harm you. Yes. So, what I found about my religion, I left not for anything else, but that it is a lie, not for enjoying life or drinking or becoming freedom of that kind of freedom, where you can do anything you like, no one, no rule, no laws or anything. You can't even get away in this society with that kind of freedom, right? So no, for just the truth and justice. Do not call on others besides Allah. Now the ayats are coming. Surah Fatiha says, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. And these are the Sunnis also, who were Sunnis in Karachi, Pakistan. Some I've heard them say that, Surah Fatiha says that only ask help from Allah, right? Then why do you Shias do this? Meaning indirectly to me, ex-friend was giving it like this. So the Sunnis who are now more inclined to like Quran only and Salafism, Salafi school of Salafi Islam, uh, they tell the Shias this, right? Quoting Surah Fatiha ayat also. So then Then look. So here we, yes, and they're kind of right, right? In their own way, they are right. Because here Allah says, do not seek help from others. But what the Shia say, but there are intermediaries. Okay, so but the Quran, but this Quran ayat, how do you reconcile this Quran ayat with that? So they say, no, no, we just fix it, we just join it together. Like in the way that, okay, Allah says, do not seek, do not ask anyone, but the one He sends, you can ask. But He doesn't say direct. See, the Quran has these problems, these errors. Allah has not said it like this, even, right? That yes, yes, take help from those. He's implied it, like putting it in this way in Surah 20, ayat 77, and Surah 26, ayat 63, and Surah 2, ayat 50. But he hasn't been verbal about it, like straightforward, upright about it. So that he could confuse you and you would forever be thinking, brainwashed into thinking that only seeking help from Allah, like the Salafis, or like the Quran only, who don't go on this Istaghata, or say that intercession, no, no, is not allowed, or calling on someone is not allowed, taking those Quran ayats. So, uh, like if I could examine this, what Dr. Khalil Andani, how he's put it, this interpretation ignores two fundamental facts. Now, the two fundamental facts given by Dr. Khalil Andani show that the Quran has contradictions. But you see, he's put it like this, ignoring two fundamental facts about the Quran. But if he went examining and going step by step, like I'm going with you, then he'll realize that these are contradictions. Ignoring the other fundamental part that Quran has intermediaries. Then tell me, what is the difference between polytheism and calling on calling on Allah, or calling on another for help? Like Allah puts against the polytheists, do not call, and He puts it very generally and very clearly. And do not, in Surah 10, ayat 106, Dr. Khalil Andani has given in his chapter, I think, and do not invoke besides Allah. Here it's besides Allah, that which neither benefits you nor harms you. But you can invoke with Allah or someone else before you invoke Allah, whom Allah has given the like power, like the people of Moses implored Moses, asked him for water. Surah 7, ayat 160. So look how he puts it. Isn't this warped? Isn't this crooked? How he puts it for against the polytheists here, or what? Against invoking besides Allah that which neither, he even says it doesn't benefit you nor harms you. Now, are these people so daft that they maybe like a stone has some power? It has energy. Everything. When I was reading Shakti Goen's book, Creative Visualization, I found out that, oh my God, the whole thing is energy. So even a stone has energy, right? So it has power in it. Okay. And how else can you say it? How else can it? Neither benefits you nor harms you. But if Allah were to give this power, even a stone, it would benefit you, and it would, and even Allah harms, it would benefit you, and it would have harm also. But Allah says it's benign, right? So it neither invoke upon, neither benefits you nor harms you. Now with Master Shah, I learned that you can call on your inner internal organs and talk to them, and say that, please heal. I know you can, dear mind, body, and soul of my liver. Please heal. I love you, I love you, I love you. And you know how to heal. You have that. Do a good job. Thank you so much. And then you apply the mantra that Dr. Master Shah Dao from the Tao, for the liver and your anger and all this. All this is connected. So you can speak now here, you can speak to your organs and heal them like this. Neither benefits you nor harms you. This is not true. There are things which benefit you, there are things that harm you. Allah has made it like that. Do not invoke besides Allah that which neither benefits you nor harms you. For if you did, then, but you can invoke those that benefit you and harm you. So he hasn't put it well. Do you see how Allah hasn't put it well in Surah Yunus, ayat 106, 10th chapter of the Quran. Then in Surah 7, ayat 197, what does Allah say? And those you call upon besides Him, okay, again, it's besides Him, are unable to help you. Like they believe in Allah, and yet believing in Allah, maybe they also call on Allah, but at times they call on, it could be like this for the polytheists. Like we could, but for this Allah, we cannot do this kind of a thing. Only for them, polytheists, because you see, Allah has not been fair in the way He's written against or conveyed against polytheists. Those you call upon besides Him are unable to help you, nor can they help themselves. Now, it could be that they believe in Allah, but since, a child calls on a mother for, like mama, like child calls on a mother when he needs help or something, right? He's not that grown up, he's not independent as yet. So he would call on his mother, parents, elderly people for help, caretakers. Those you call upon besides him. So please, Shias, now taking Dr. Khalil Andani's, please tell me, isn't this a very direct verse that you shouldn't? This is implying also that you shouldn't be, in other words, shouldn't be calling on others, anyone, besides anyone, whether besides Allah or whether with Him. Because Allah says here they are unable to help you, nor can they help themselves. They can't even help themselves. But how did Moses help? Saved, parting the sea. Inspired by Allah though. But then Allah says in Surah 2, Ayat 60, I parted the sea. And that's why the people of Moses could ask him to get them water, for water, implored him for water, asked him. So then Allah said, strike with, they didn't ask Allah. They asked Moses, Surah 7, ayat 160. Right? I'm not saying that the Salafi, I'm saying the Salafis see one part, of course, they ignore the other part where intermediaries, are allowed in the ayats. They're there. Various kinds of intermediaries, right? Dr. Khalil Andani puts it here. But I'm saying, is this right against the polytheists? I'm not saying the Salafis are right. They ignore these intermediaries and all this. And then we find out for help for the Shias also. What am I trying to say? Help for the Shias also. That you're not supposed to take it like this is a contradiction, for God's sakes, against the polytheists. That's why these poor Salafis they think they are sure. Rather, what a Sunni ex-friend or a Quran only, or I don't know, said that better be safe, right? Be on the safe side. Why should I call on any other than Allah? It's shirk and it's unforgivable. So the direct Quran ayahs are very direct ones, but directly Allah is saying, do not call on anyone. See, another one is Surah 7, ayat 196, before Surah 7, ayat 197. Indeed, my protector is Allah. Who is saying this? I think Prophet Muhammad. But it just doesn't say see. It says, indeed, my protector is Allah. My wali is Allah. Now, how can the Prophet, Messenger of Allah, say this? When he is a wali with Allah. In Surah Maida 55, and moreover are the believers, a wali. In singular form, that means on the same level as Allah. In being a protector, right? Of course, that would mean that. Because it's written waliyakum, singular form, not awliya. Not that your awliyas are Allah, maybe then they could have tried to say, no, no, it's not on the same level. Allah is above. But singular form. So, Surah 7, ayat 196, indeed, my protector is Allah. Now, I think the messenger is saying this, the messenger of Allah is saying this. My protector is Allah who has sent down the book, and he is an ally to the righteous. Then it goes to Surah 7 up here, which I've kept before this ayat, 197. And those you call upon besides them are unable to help you, nor can they help themselves. This means only call on Allah, who is your only protector. And then we see the contradiction. Surah Maida 55, Surah Tahrim ayat 4. If you two wives do not desist. Who is his protector? Allah, Angel Gabriel, the righteous among the believers, and moreover, angels are his assistants. So these in itself there is a contradiction. Shias and Salafis both. Contradiction. Indeed, my protector is Allah who sent down the book, and he is an ally to the righteous. But then who are now guardians to the believers? Believers are guardians one of another ayat. And then Surah Maida ayat 55 just kills it. Like there's a contradiction, obvious against this. Those you call upon besides him are unable to help you, nor can they help themselves. Now, isn't this, okay, just for the brevity, very clear. Surah 7, ayat 197 against, can we put it like this? Surah 7, same Surah ayat 160. They asked Moses for water. They didn't ask Allah. The people of Moses, and we inspired Moses when his people implored him, meaning Moses, not God, for water. Strike with your staff the stone. Contradiction again. Allah has contradicted himself. Those you call upon besides him are unable to help you, nor can they help themselves. So this ayat would mean, oh, against polytheists, yes, take it. How are you taking it like this against polytheists? Allah saying, Surah 7, ayat 197. You see, these polytheists doesn't mean that they believe just in their idol worshippers, idol. They are servants like you. Remember that ayat? And Surah Zumar ayat 3, we worship them. So there are awliyas also, like in human form. Maybe Allah hasn't been very clear with that, and you've thought, oh, all these polytheists, all they worship is stones and wood, idols. They don't worship humankind, human beings. So you're wrong in that also if you have, uh, you know, taken the meaning of the Quran ayats against polytheists to mean, oh, these polytheists only worship idols. But but you see, I cannot blame you because he's the one who has confused you. And even as believers, you've had sex. Tell me, even the one who calls himself a Muslim only and not a Shia or a Sunni or a Salafi, what? Against him, there's a ayat I can give. And Salahuddin from Saudi Arabia agreed. I showed him. I said, now tell me, are the believers higher? You call yourself Muslims only? Now tell me. And then he was looking at it, and I don't know how long it and said, yes, yes, I agree. Or even, or there and then he said, yes. I can't, maybe can't remember exactly, right? Maybe, yeah. So when I showed him, yeah, when I showed him that ayat, let me just put it like this. Baduans say we are believers. Allah says, don't say you are believers. Say you have just submitted, meaning you are just Muslims. Now, who is now? If you say we're just Muslim, we don't divide and we don't do that, you're supposed to say we're Muslim believers, because just saying Muslims and we don't divide, it's not enough. You have brought yourself down below the believers, believing Muslims, the true believer, or the believers. Forget true believers. So this, okay, got it? Then now what else is there? So there are contradictions upon contradictions, and if they happen to be aboard a ship, sorry, no, we were on. Who is more unjust than one who invents a lie about Allah? Where was I? And when harm touches, no, yeah. Surah 7, ayat 196. Okay, and okay, so this means only call on Allah. Doesn't this mean only call on Allah? These two ayats. Surah 7, ayat 196 that I put after 197. So let's read again. Surah 7, ayat 196. Indeed, my protector is Allah, who has sent down the book. He is an ally to the righteous. Then Surah 7, ayat 197. And those you call upon besides him are unable to help you, nor can they help themselves. What should have Allah put here? Unless I give them the power to help you, right? How can Allah put it generally like this? In this ayah. Now, when I say in this case, generally should, and it shouldn't even be put like this, right? Against the polytheists or those who call upon besides, remember, those who call upon besides him are equated as polytheists in another ayat. And those ayats where I showed you, right, what is the difference between polytheism and Islam? What is the difference? These are Surah 9, ayat 3. Unquestionably, for Allah is the pure religion. And those who take protectors besides him say, we only worship them that they may bring us near to Allah in position. Indeed, Allah will judge between them concerning that over which they differ. Indeed, Allah does not guide he who is a liar and disbeliever. Then Surah 72, ayat 20. Say, O Muhammad, I only invoke my Lord. I only call upon my Lord. No one else, meaning, right? And do not associate with him. Now, here it's not even besides Allah, it's with Allah, with him, anyone. So, this ayat equates invoking other than Allah with shirk, meaning invoking other than Allah is shirk. is polytheism, is associating with him. Got it? Sorry, some problem. Uh, Congestion, breathing problem. Excuse me. Right? You got that? So I've already done this. Surah 46 ayat 5 again. And who is more astray than he who calls upon, invokes, besides Allah? Here it's besides Allah. Those who will not respond to him until the day of resurrection. And they of their invocation are unaware. Are you then supposed to invoke on anyone? Reading these ayats? Shouldn't you stay on the safe side and be like the Salafis? No. Khalil Andani and Shias would say no. Dr. Khalil Andani. Surah 7, ayat 194, and those you call upon besides Allah's servants, like you. So call upon them and let them respond to you if you should be truthful. This is how Allah does. Then believers shouldn't be invoking servants like you, since Allah. So these are not idols, perhaps, right? But this next ayat is like, do they have eyes by which Allah just jumps to idols? Allah doesn't know what He's doing here, it seems, in the Quran ayahs. Surah 40 ayat 12, you have made sense of it, but it seems that Allah Himself doesn't know what He's doing, what He's saying. Surah 40 ayat 12, it's a mumbo jumbo. They will be told that is because when Allah was called upon alone, you disbelieved. But if others were associated with Him, again, calling upon anyone other than Allah, when Allah was called upon alone, you disbelieved. But if others were associated with Him, you believed. What is Allah saying here? Allah can't even put this clearly, like, do not then call on other than with Allah anyone even. Or if Allah allows you to call on someone, don't call on them. And that would mean it is association, shirk, which is polytheism. Allah can't even say it. Put an ayat like He's put it crookedly. So these are the ayats that could, of course, if you're a believer in this and you're afraid or whatever, or you haven't examined it, you see, you're making sense out of this and telling us to make sense out of these ayats. Now, look at what this ayat is implying, right? Did Dr. Khalil Andani put it like this? When he says, the Salafis, they have, however, this interpretation ignores that the praying to anyone or they brand most intercessory prayers as shirk, most, not all, associating partners with God. Right? However, this interpretation ignores two fundamental facts about the Quran, which is actually contradiction, and God has not been clear enough. Do you get it? It is God's failure to be clear enough. Also, great work. Oh, sorry, good work. Great. Thank you, Ganesh Bhardwaj. Thank you so much. Thumbs up. So you understand this, brother. Thank you. Welcome again. And thank you so much for taking the time and paying attention to these presentations of mine. I really appreciate it. Wish you all the best, your family, your country. God bless. And if you believe in God, but my best wishes. All the best, brother. So you see what not, however, what mess Allah has put you in, believers, confusing you, and you think you believe in it, you don't doubt it. It is a hodgepodge also. However, this interpretation ignores two fundamental facts. You see, but Dr. Khalil Andani has failed to, okay, it ignores the fundamental facts about the The Quran. First, the Quran posits various kinds of intermediaries through which God acts. So, what would be the difference between those polities taking those human beings or even a stone that has Allah has given it power, because the water came out of the stones or the rocks. So Allah used rocks for even that. So that would be what? Against polities? Unfair, right? To say that the polities take idols as they can neither harm you nor can they benefit you. Now, where did I don't know how to say this properly? Please bear with me, bear with me. I'm not that eloquent at all. I'm not eloquent at all. We inspired to Moses when his people implored him, asked him for water, meaning, right? Strike with your staff the stone. So the staff became so important of Moses. Like Moses didn't use words. Allah didn't say say be and it is water come out. Not with that. But now the staff is so important of Moses and the striking of his staff on the stone. Staff the stone. Strike with your staff the stone. This one stone. Okay. And there gush forth from this stone 12 springs. Now, if Allah wants, the stone even can have power. He can give this power to the stone. But He gave power to Moses and his staff. And this method, technique, bring a miracle, and the water came out from the stone. In fact, there gushed forth from it. 12 springs came out from it. Right? So the power can, but like this Allah, the power can be in the stone if you tell the stone, worship it, or tell it. It can give you water, just like that. Why can't it? God can give it the power. God can say, okay, water come out. It has, the stone could have the power of God in it. Now tell me, what's the difference between polytheists worshipping idols even? A stone could have the power of God. The staff that has, the strike with your staff or Moses, yani, meaning. No, no, we don't worship the staff. No, no. You see the power of God in the staff. And you see, you don't worship it. How ungrateful can you be in this way? And yet Allah tells you how ungrateful you are. Surah An'am ayats, where are they? Right? Surah 6 ayat 63. Say, who rescues you from the darknesses of the land? And see, you call upon him imploring and privately, like aloud maybe. If he should save us from this crisis, we will surely be among the thankful. Surah 6 ayah 64. Say it is Allah who saves you from it. Yes, yes. Allah, you saved us from it and from every distress. But you have made intermediaries also, like Moses. Say, parted the sea to save his people and himself, but inspired by you. Now, shouldn't they be grateful to Moses, his people? that due to you, your sake, uh, Allah did this, saved us, parted the sea, and you parted the sea also. So Allah has made you Sharik Allah in this act of His parting the sea. So from every distress, then you still associate others with them. And here, Surah 6 at 63 in the end, among the thank, we will surely be among them. You say you're sure you will, but then you make partners with Allah, and that's how you become ungrateful. But oh Allah, you gave the power to Moses to part the sea, and you're saying here, I parted the sea by saying we parted the sea. So Moses is Sharik Allah with you, Sharik with you, Allah, in this parting of the sea. Now, are they not to also thank not only Allah, but also thank Moses? So, isn't this part associating with Allah? Surah 20 ayat 77, Surah 2 ayat 50. Huh? You see, this parting of the sea, you will not fear being overtaken by Pharaoh, not be afraid. So you were saved. Moses' people were saved, meaning you were saved, right? They were saved. Contra- by just putting it this way, as Dr. Khalil Andani, with due respect to him, however, this interpretation ignores two fundamental facts. And what have they ignored? The Shias, Ismaili, Twelver, and Sunnis. That there's no difference then between polytheism and this Islam, right? And we see a stark difference. We see it directly, Allah contradicting himself by saying here and this, or even like a little bit working out. Oh, he means associating, then we shouldn't be asking anyone for help. And he directly puts it at times like that. Do not invoke besides Allah that which need the benefits. Those you call upon besides him are unable to help you, nor can they help themselves. Hello? How did Moses help? We parted the sea or Moses parted the sea? Is there any difference? Yeah. So Allah inspiring Moses, this is what the polytheists could also. But how could he just generally put it this way in Surah 7, ayat 197? Huh? Who is he putting it for? Those you call upon besides him. Okay. Those you call upon besides him. Like don't call on anyone other than Allah. Just keep calling on Allah, Allah, Allah. Are unable to help you. They are oh, come on, Allah. What are you saying here? How are you saying it? Right? You get it? Come on, Allah. Like, just a minute, please. Please save yourselves. Allah said he's. You may think, oh, he wants to confuse the disbelievers. No, no, he puts it to. There can also not be just um, just Muslims united. There are differences. That's it. There's also the party of Allah. What would you say about that if someone called themselves, I'm Hezbollah? Allah Himself in the Quran has said, my party. Also that, Hezbollah. Would you call this, you wouldn't call this a division because it's in the Quran. It's in the Quran. But you see, like this, if you gulp it and you're not doing justice. There's Abraham who's a Shia of Nu. That means follower of. So why can't the Shia, the followers of Ali, where Prophet Muhammad says, followers of Ali, Shias of Ali will be triumphant. Only and only Shias of Ali will be successful. And they have a hadith, the Shias have a hadith for this. Who are you to deny that hadith? If someone believes in hadith, the Quran only would say deny there are ayats against the Quran only people. You have to respond to the call of Rasulullah. How would you know right now? And this Quran is for all times. How are you going to respond to the call of Rasulullah now? And huh? And those who do you know those obey those among you who are in authority? Maybe there are Sunnis also, right? Who, of course, Sunnis who say that we are the leaders, we are in authority. So the Quran only will say, no, no, you are not the authority. What evidence do they give by saying that from the Quran? Allah has generalized, been very ambiguous also. Obey the ones in authority among yourselves. Not that I've chosen them, but among yourselves. You decide who, perhaps who you want to obey among yourselves, the believers who have come to that authoritative position. So this. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate this. The more you like this, the more it'll go around and help people, right? Help the Muslims see for themselves and decide. Indeed, my protector is Allah. So I've done this, Surah 7. Now we come to, so this means only call on Allah, right? Who is your only protector. This is a direct thing. Then when Allah becomes fundamentally implying like that, implying, but directly saying, do not call on any other than me. But directly saying that. Thank God I could put it properly. Surah 72 ayat 20, Surah Jinn ayat 20. Say, now Allah is telling Muhammad to say this. Say, O Muhammad, I only invoke, meaning I only call upon my Lord, and do not associate with him anyone. Now, when will the Shias given? I mean, given in the sense that, please, why are you wasting your time with your imams in this religion? I know community is very important. You have a great community, Ismailis. You are well organized. We 12 Shias really has to be an imam. Where are you? They're so organized that we could all Shias be taken out of Pakistan by your imam, and you help us, Ismailis. And the imam, you're so organized and all this. And even take the Ismailis out of Pakistan. So, but you see, community is important and all this. However, I'm sorry, this is not true. As weak as I am, and we need community, we need each other. Let's call it humanity. What about the humane community? For humanity, right? So you can keep your community, like I told Salim Ladani, and His Highness Ah Khan can be like, of course, remain like an ascended master. We have Brian Weiss has written, Doctor, a book on this. Many masters, many lives. He's one of the ascended masters. And you can keep your community, but please leave this religion. What is this? Oh, I'm saying it, but you decide. You decide. Passionate, caring. Say, oh Muhammad, I only invoke. This is a very direct verse, which is telling us, equating shirk with calling on anyone, even with Allah. No one should be called upon but my Lord. Now it's Allah. Allah as Rabb, my Rabb, right? And then shirk in Surah Nisa is unforgivable. Two ayats are there in Surah Nisa against shirk Allah has given. So, what about these direct verses, Dr. Khalil Andani, with due respect to him? So, thank you for that. Really, it's helped me so much more to help the Ismailis also and the 12 Shias more and more and more, again and again. I really appreciate your chapter on this, Dr. Khalil Andani. So, the direct one. I only wa'ad, right? Wahdahu, meaning invoke my Lord, call upon, pray to my Lord, and do not associate with him anyone. Now it's with him also. And it would mean only call upon, with or besides no one, or before no one. Only call upon my Lord. Now, this is a very direct verse. To be on the safe side, what would you Shias have to do? Like the Salafis, intermediaries then. Or else there is contradiction. It stands there. Those ayats, intermediaries, stand as contradiction to these ayats, contradictory to these ayats. Direct. You don't have to do much gymnastics, mental gymnastics, working it out, implying. Then what do you do about this ayat, Surah 72 ayat 20? You ignore it. That's why, that's why Dr. Khalil Andani missed this ayat? When he gives the Salafis, see, some of the ayats he's given, Surah Fatiha, it is you we worship and it is you we ask for help. Salafi Muslims take this to mean that a Muslim may only invoke God for help. Surah Fatiha ayat, and they also cite numerous Quran verses. See Surah 10 ayat 18 of the Quran, Surah 17 ayat 56, Surah 39 ayat 38, Surah 2 ayat 107. This one is missing. This is a very direct ayat that Dr. Khalil Andani hasn't given. Which means you should not call on any other with Allah or even before Allah so that Allah can help you as your Lord. Surah 72 ayat 20, given here any, again look. Surah 72 ayat 20, given here, not given here by Dr. Khalil Andani. See, no. Surah 72 ayat 20 not given, and other ayats that I've given not given. Now what do you say about this direct ayat? Tells you not to call on any other. Say, yani Allah is telling Muhammad now, say that I only call my Lord. Make dua to pray to my Lord and do not associate with him anyone. This also equates shirk to calling on anyone other than Allah or besides Allah. Unforgivable, Surah Nisa. So now would you blame us, me, or any ex-Muslim on this for being out of context? Who is out of context here? You see how Allah has confused you and brought you to divisions, like very on intermediaries also. Istaghata also. Some Muslims say, oh, a non-Shia to be on the safe. Even Sunnis have I heard one saying, but she doesn't know she's a Sunni or what, I don't know. She doesn't say that she's a Salafi or a Wahhabi. She didn't. So what did she say? Better to be on the safe side, right? Surah Ghafir ayat also. Where is it? You know Surah Ghafir ayat here? Here. Surah Ghafir ayat 12. They will be told that is because when Allah was called upon alone, now here it's wahdahu, wahdahu, alone. That's because when Allah was called upon alone, you disbelieved. But if others were associated with him, you believed. Again, equating calling on anyone other than Allah is shirk. But you know how Allah should have written this. That's because when Allah was called upon alone, you disbelieved. But if others were called upon with Allah, you believed. That's how Allah should have written it. So it would have been so direct that Dr. Khalil Andani, any Shia, and the even Aka Medipuya or before, like, would have said, stamp, that's it. Calling on any other than Allah is shirk. See how Allah has confused you. Shias, right, intermediaries. And so the polytheistic way Allah should have been taken, right? That Allah also. Salafis should stop believing in this also. And Shias should stop believing in this. Quran, that means leave Islam. So polytheists disbelieve when Allah alone was called upon. Again, Allah is equating in this way. So believers, and it's a poor way to write. So you see, this seems to be like a devil who has confused you, like he says. He confuses people in Surah. Surah Anam, Surah 6, Ayat 65. Say, now again he tells Muhammad to say, but they haven't put, Sahih International hasn't put, they haven't put Muhammad here. Say, he is the one able to send upon you affliction from above you. Who is he? Allah is, not Shaitan. Allah is able. Affliction from above you or from beneath you, your feet, or to confuse you. He's able to do it. Sex, in sex. So some Muslims say, call us Shia is, oh, this terrible confusion. But it is Allah who does this to you also. Not only shaitan confusing you or making you doubt, but Allah does it. Allah is able to do this. Confuse you so you become sects. And can you become like, then what do you become? Muslims only? You can't say we're Muslim only. Badouans said we are believers. Allah told them, say no, you are not believers. You are Muslims only. Faith hasn't entered your heart as yet. So then what are you? And the truth is that what has Hafiz said? 72 sects, right? Sound. 72. Even Prophet Muhammad said that in my ummah there will be 73 sects, like the Sunni side or the Muslim. Whoever takes the hadith of this, this hadith of Prophet Muhammad, and that one sect meaning will go, which is the main body. Which is that one? But that one main body is a sect of his ummah. Sounds jangling, or what is it? How is sounds jangling in my ear? Half is both. For 270 jangling creeds he hears, right? Yeah, this one, Wikipedia. For 270 jangling creeds he hears, and loud voiced fable calls him ceaselessly. That, that is not the flame of love's true fire. Now, I thought what Hafiz meant was even the Sufi dervish, who dervishes are from Imam Hussein, some of them, but you know that the 12 Shias who go for the scorching, not this, not like the Sufi dervishes even, but where we go and we get scorched, where Imam Hussein, no one like Hafiz has removed the veil, but all of it is not given in English. But the moth's desire candle light or something. Fire. Fire. Oh God. I'm really to those helping, and I hope I can help you tonight. I would be so honored. So then what else is here? We have do not call on others besides Allah. Who is more unjust than one who invents a lie about Allah? No, no, the I start. So I was yeah, Surah Jinn ayat 20, and then Surah 18 ayat 52. Why have I put? And warn of the day when he will say, call my partners whom you claimed. Call my partners. Like the polities here, moreover, have made partners with Allah. Why shouldn't they? Surah Kaf, ayat 52. And warn of the day when he will say, call my partners. Now, this is not even partners besides Allah who they have made, but they have made partners with Allah. It's, they've said these are Allah's partners, whom you claimed, and they will invoke them, they will call upon them, but they will not respond to them. And we will put between them destruction or a valley like a mihrab, like a partition or something, right? Yeah. The Arabic word, I don't know. Some say it's not destruction, but like a parting between them. And Surah 18, ayat 51. Oh, this was AI's. Sorry, I forgot to say this. Wherever I have not put the translate, oh, this is Sahih inter. Oh, here it is. Right, and sorry, my fault. So, but they will not respond to them. Yeah. And we will put between them a barrier or a destruct. Surah 18, ayat 51. I did not make them witness to the creation of the heavens and the earth, or to the creation of themselves, and I would not have taken the misguiders as assistants. So you see here, these partners whom you claimed, who they claimed, the polytheists claimed to be Allah's partners, and it, oh, and this also ayat. First I put this ayat, the one that comes before it, I've put later on, after this one that comes after this. So just to emphasize on, call my partners, whom you claimed to be my partners. Now you see these polytheists, they claim that these are partners with Allah. Why not? When Allah can give His power to Moses or anyone He likes, wants, and He can even take a son. Surah Zumar 4, if He intends. They will invoke them, but they will not. Okay, so Surah 18, ayat 51 says, I would not have taken the misguiders as assistants. So you would say these are not actually uh, Allah's chosen partners or made partners. But, just don't take partners with me. But these partners, what do you call it? What do they do? Like Surah Zumar 3, they help them get close to Allah in nearness, right? And they could have the power of Allah. So here, this is how he puts it, like how to correct this really. And this is unjust to the polytheists for Allah to put it this way, this Allah. And they invoke them, but they will not respond to them. So now Dr. Khalil Andani's, but the intermediaries can be called upon. His chapter on that. Dr. Khalil Andani argues or gives reasons against Salafi belief. I did not make them witness to. Now you would say, oh, yes, yes, I would not have taken. Ah, why did you make them my partners? Because they are unjust. They are not people. They are not. These are shaitan. These are from shaitan. Okay, I would not have taken the misguiders as assistants. Although, who does he take for assistants? Angels. Surah Tahrim Ayat 4 for to protect Prophet Muhammad. And who else does he take? Suleiman. He's given to Suleiman devils who are helping Suleiman. Surah 21 Ayat 82. And he himself, Allah himself, is a guardian over them. Hafiz soon. Hafiz over them. So Surah 21 Ayat 82. And of the devils were some who would die for him. Devils means shayateen in Arabic written for this ayat, right? And would do work other than that. So he's taking, so Suleiman has taken assistance from these shayateen, devils, to help him, die for him, undersea, maybe get pearls, corals, and all, or whatever, make some undersea things, submarines, or I don't know what, and would do work other than that. How come Allah has used these devils to work for Suleiman, his prophet, his righteous servant, and the prophet in Islam, Hazrat Suleiman? But here he says, I meaning Allah, Allah would not have taken the misguiders as assistants. Yes, yet he's allowed these devils, and by his permission they work and die for him, and moreover he's a guardian over them. Hafiz. Surah 21, ayat 82. Devils who helped Suleiman. And Allah is a hafiz over them. But I would not. Here, look how he puts it here, and then how he puts it in Surah 21, ayat 82, that the devil's shayateen, meaning shaitan in plural, Iblis became shaitan, right? He's the devil, according to the Quran, right? Yet he allows Suleiman to, and he's a hafiz over them. But I would not have taken misguidance as assistance. Please, Surah 7, ayat 160 that I kept coming to. Now you see also here Moses, Dr. Khalil Andani, thanks to him, brought this ayat to my attention, that the people of Moses in Surah 7, ayat 160 have asked for water, right? From Moses, not from Allah. And we inspire to Moses when his people implored him, Moses, for water. Strike with your staff the stone, and there gush forth from it 12 springs. Every people knew its watering place, and we shaded with clouds, and so on and so forth. So now tell me what is left in this for being a not being a polytheist? Hmm? Ism is an unforgivable sin, great, tremendous. Surah Nisa. Polytheism, having partners with Allah, polytheism is unforgivable. Now you got it properly, clearly. Do I have to come again as a reminder? As I also forget, Surah 4 ayat 48 and Surah 4 ayat 116, which state that associating partners with Allah, known as shirk or polytheism, is the one sin Allah will not forgive if a person dies without repenting from it. Enough? Thank you, AI overview also, and Google search for making life easy for us. The Surah 4 ayat 48. This verse states that Allah does not forgive associating others with Him in worship, but forgives anything else to whomever He wills. It describes associating others with Allah as a great sin. And then Surah 4, ayat 116, this verse reiterates that Allah does not forgive associating others with Him and forgives other sins as He wills. It further says that whoever associates others with Allah has gone far astray. Okay, so then it is, I showed you intermediaries. Allah has put it that way, but you know, but it comes to Allah has put it very directly that calling on other than Allah is shirk, which is unforgivable. So do not call on anyone other than Allah. And moreover, this one nails it. Also, this ayat directly. Surah Nisa ayat. Oh, sorry, no. Surah Jinn ayat. Where is it? When Allah tells Prophet Muhammad, Surah Jinn ayat 20, say, meaning, O Muhammad, Sahih International has put it, I only invoke upon my Lord. I only call upon my Lord. and do not associate with them anyone. This, why isn't Allah saying directly, Shias, you're not supposed to, but I only invoke my Lord, meaning in Nama, I only invoke my Lord. And then, and do not associate with him anyone. So this ayah equates invoking other than Allah with shirk, which means this ayah equates invoking other than Allah is shirk. Worked out. Simple. Which unfortunately, sadly, the Shias, I don't know how they have missed this, ignored this. Direct ayah against Istaghata, as the Sunnis would call it, and allow it, right? Enough. So this is it for now. Okay, and so I hope I've helped someone out there, Muslim believer, and so any doubts, like any objections that I have misconstrued diets, I've gone out of context. Any doubts? Oh, sorry, any objections? Why do I keep saying the wrong word? I'm spellbound or something really terrible. I know it's annoying. It may be annoying to some of you. Excuse me. Don't know how long I will be surviving or will remain intact, sane, even. There's a lot. I age and many years being oppressed. So thank you for your time and attention. Don't let me not keep you more here for long. This is the also Quran.com and AI Quran translations, Quran ayat translations I've taken from. I thank you all. Thank you to much for all this for free. Dr. Khalil Andani's book chapter on this. Do call on. Download chapter 32, Ya Muhammad Ya Ali, Istaghata in Islamic Thought and Practice. Khalil Andani is an Ismaili. He's got a channel on YouTube. Calling upon, so this part that I took, that I've kept put in my notes, paste, copy and paste. From here, thank Dr. Khalil Andani. I hope with this workout, it will help the smileys also, but they don't have to the Imam, or they can just be a community for humanity and we can call him, I still call him Imam, their Imam, Mawla, Master. Like, so they are helpers, why not? We have many, thanks to also all of you. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough though. And I wish the best life, best for you and more, right? So, and if I could help you, like we could together help each other. You help me, I help you. You support me, I support you. Give and take, mutual interest. And those who can't help, even then, I'm grateful to you, and I wish you the most beautiful life. Right? So, where was I going now? Thank you all. Where was I going? Because I can't help. Even to you, I wish you the best. But please don't create obstacles. Oh, on Muslim Brotherhood. Oh my God. Oh, there's lot of this. And for my Facebook pages, I haven't been there. But I just, share these things that I do on YouTube, on my global crime prevention, how to, God help us. At that time, I was a believer in God, agnostic maybe also. God help us get rid of terrorism, vulnerable help for the vulnerable Sojourn Sahara group on Facebook and lots of groups. Pakistan also help for Pakistan. Appeal to this and appeal for this. I really appreciate if we can. So yeah, the smiley. Oh yeah, Dr. Brian Weiss, you see? Um, Doctor, but please don't tell me. Sorry, now like my limit has come. So if like I'm giving a lecture or presentation but I can't. Don't tell me that this is from Prophet Muhammad. The light is coming from Prophet Muhammad. Then I will. I can't take it anymore. Sorry. So you could say that now it's one way from. I won't be able to listen to any Ismaili lecture or my 12 Shia also. Sufi, article, watch anything. But I do take I can just take Rumi poems and Hafiz, but I think they couldn't say it clearly that. Anyways, Dr. Brian Weiss, in my opinion, so maybe there were more like indirectly saying that this religion, anyhow, let it be. So I bought his one book, Many Messages from the Masters. I think it was this. Messages are there, and or maybe this one also. Two books, Many Lives, Many Masters. So there could be more, like there could be more than one master in uh, in one lifetime. Like in many masters in a together simultaneously. Like it's not like prophets, just one prophet, then he dies, then another comes, but they're living, at the same time, many masters. So these can be called, Westerners, English, only English speaking, these, what master, what Mawla means. You don't know what Mawla means, or Mawla in English meaning, translation, master. Master, Lord, guardian, but master also like this. Protector, helper, ally, leader, chief. So the Smileys don't have to lose their community. They've built a brilliant community. Crimes are like 0% in the community. I'm sure in the people, in the Smileys, the Murids of Agha Khan, So this is really good. Great. So they can keep that great community. And you can be with your community, respect your Imam Maula, follow him. But I wouldn't. The Muhammadan light. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just very disgusted. It's terrible. The crisis that's been, you know, like this Christian Magus. He was a Christian and he was then disgusted reading the Bible also. On YouTube, you can find him. Okay, that's enough, I think, for now. Thank you for your time and attention. Sorry I have to take all this time. You can, like a book, skim through my life later on also when you come here. And thank you for watching and taking the time and for your attention, for your precious time. I hope that you will not be sorry, regret it, right? This is what I hope for. And I've given you what is left of me, although not the best, the worst, right? So this is how I come now, since I don't know what's going to happen to me. So I don't think I'll survive this. A lot of, like I can feel a lot of negativity, treachery, attacks. It's terrible. But maybe some people have come on YouTube and they've encouraged me not to give up. Like sometimes I think, why should I? If they want to finish me or put me in coma or great, like it's unbelievable. The pain, their oppression is unbelievable. They're unstoppable. They don't want me to smile even. They don't want me to breathe properly, be suffocated. So I've been suffocating again a lot again. So, like, turn blue and not be able to breathe properly. Like, who could? So there was this video I found, and I couldn't see the pain in her, and that's why I had to upload a video. I was like, this is too much. This is too much. Thanks to all helping. I cannot thank you enough, though. And I wish you the best, but wishing, we have to work to, and we have to work to also now to finish these evil people, stop them completely. I can't take it anymore. So we have to either get together and show them our community strength, scare them off like that. Victoria Cooper TV. I mean, this was the last straw on the camel's back for me yesterday. You see her face? Sounds genuine. People should feel ashamed, with the capital letters ashamed, of how they went against a loyal soul and tried to justify their evil. By even saying, like, oh, she was like this, she was saying this. Or, she's, what was that? So, like, she's a little bit outspoken and doesn't respect the elderly people's wishes. Or, her father gave, and when I told her this, oh, her father gave her, gave my father, because they're brothers or something like that, right? Loss. And so I was thinking, I don't know how to say this in English, like, My principal's eldest sister once told me, "Aisa aani jani cheez." Like money comes and goes. You see, in ek dafa. But she didn't say this. But I was thinking, from Sholay movie also, कि मौत बेहतर है कि इज्जत जाए किसी की, like his daughter's इज्जत, that Gabbar Singh in Sholay, the villain, took through his one of his gang members, right? So the father was saying that it's better that, जान जाए बेनिस्बत हमारी हमारी इज्जत जाए. Not honor killing, but his own life. He didn't want to live anymore, not kill his daughter for honor killing. So take her life. इज्जत जा रहे हैं, honor going away, right? तो आप देखें कि वो, like people blaming me for this and that, right? That, oh, I did, oh, did she answered me back, or what kind of excuse they make, right? To justify their evil. They would take anything and everything. And show that, oh, they've never done anything, they're righteous, they're righteous people, right? They're disciplined, they're righteous. The point of this other way of what she said is very, like, better than what I've said. They would take my, uh, oh, in child, oh, she's angry. They don't see, like you could be depressed, you could have lost someone, separated, but they against you, your father, things like that. Burger is that they're so loyal soul, like inside the soul is, maybe they've not wanted to show off or show that they are loyal. They don't have to prove it. And they've been provoked and blamed. And this is how the evil justify themselves. Now, part two of this. So if you want to be here and listen to this, because I said I don't want to take more of your time. So the Islamic thing is ended. Now it's on this evil narcissism, which is really widespread. It's not that they are, everyone is just talking like, left, right, and center about it. It is very damaging. And I think a lot of people I can see have come out, and we have to use our discretion. Who is telling the truth, who is lying? But it seems to be rampant. They're secretly draining you and disguising it as a soul connection, goddess energy channels. So this is what they may have done to me, like made me think that I'm somehow, I have a soul connection with my beloved. And so they've used a jinn or something to drain me, like they're secretly draining me, or they have made a connection because they've had the power. They're experts at this, perhaps. And so they've made a soul connection for me to my beloved, but secretly draining my energy and making me feel that I'm connected, or making me feel that I'm connected to my loved one. How wicked can it get? Because I have experienced this, and I've been going through this since year 2000 now. 25 years have gone by. I mean, it's going to be the 25th year. Unstoppable. Allergies and, oh God, my scalp is itching. People should feel ashamed. No, no, they don't. So she said, please comment. Why should they feel ashamed? Because what did I comment? I've even forgotten my comment. Just a minute. Huh? Jealousy or just plain. Going to search this out. So this second part, if you want to be here, you can be here. I'll be grateful. If not, then I'll be. I appreciate you anyways, right? But as long as you don't harm people or create obstacles, beautiful. Oh, jealousy or envy or just pure evil, insanity. This is my comment, right? Or just, Father, forgive them. Huh? Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. We are not conscious beings. Like, even I forget certain things and care and remember those, how their lives were taken away, squeezed out of them, how their life was. Tsunami came and what the nature takes away also. And then I start to believe in God. No, no, God is there, of course. I get some encouragement. Now I found this, oh, this better, oh, this is such a nice guru, start crying. And oh, on his face, I can see the warmth and the care and all this. This new guru I found recently, today, Yogi Ekam. No, no, God has to be there. So I forget when I don't believe, I can't believe in God because no, people suffering in Africa, Pakistan, underdeveloped countries, and even developed countries, and around the world, people suffering. Even the rich trampling upon the poor, how they do it with power, callousness also. Like, how can we believe there is a God? And we give a reason to it like karma or something. So, because when you point a finger at others, three fingers are pointing at you. So, somewhere in your life, you did something to them, and so they did it to you here. And which God can we be conscious of? Who does all this evil on earth, harming people? People get harmed by people, he doesn't stop it. So, in the first place, he allowed this, right? He created this. He should have kept us safe, the innocent ones. But now, no one is innocent. Even the healers sometimes say, we are healing ourselves and I'm healing with you. I mean, no one is maybe, innocent. That's the creator who created this so that we go into karma. Huh? Why should we fall into karma? Why should we have done that? When are we going to realize a lot of lives after a lot of lives? And God is watching all this and waiting, well, until we hurt each other to know, like, keep hurting, unstoppable, continue. And we're not even sure. We have not that evidence. Oh, in that life, I did this. I don't, no guru has told me, right? Also, and no guru has told me who is the narcissist in my life or who is hurting me cruel, like a psychopath. Dr. Marzinski again shows how demons hijack the mind. But if you are in a negative form, and how demons put this, what about demons putting negative thoughts and making us do this when you're innocent? What about, and when she said an innocent, people should feel ashamed of how they went against a loyal soul and try to justify their evil. Oh, but in her childhood, she's been like this spoiled, or she's been a rich kid, spoiled freak. Like, oh, they can, yeah, I can see how they can justify themselves. So I had it. I had it. Yes. So my grandmother used to wear abaya when she came to Dubai and used to go to majlises. And she never said a bad word. Never. And if my father has given you loss, his own family, but they don't see that money comes and goes. Money is something that can come and go. Kama, 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 kama. Kama chameleon. You come and go, that song. But izzat, right? In Urdu, they say honor comes one. If it goes away, it doesn't come back. So, have you ever flirted with a married woman or something that maybe my father has not done? So, see, these relatives also. What? And of course, the mind finds all these reasons, to blame the other. But if we can see some good in each other and come to the not complaining like in the way some people complain and justify their evil. Loyal, yeah. So, for example, in this case, the soul is loyal. And even on this loyal soul, and tried to, loyal soul, people have justified their evil. On this loyal soul, imagine what they could have done, how they could have justified their evil on me. He's a Christian. Now, again, this Muslim Brotherhood's 1 year plan to undermine US democracy. Oh, and another thing is that they're going to say to my siblings, oh, she talks too much and she was, no, she's doing this and she's not well, but we understand. But what else is there? What was missing? That, oh, like what someone would say to me and make me feel so guilty. There's something in me right now. So I've said this in the video I've uploaded, blackout video. Even if that person didn't say it, why am I coming out like this and saying about my case, talking about my case openly, taking names out? So I spoke in this video and I couldn't even speak properly. I'm like, what is this video? Hello, this is really, I'm really what? Scared. This is, and then I'm really scared. Like I have been hurt, sometimes feeling guilty. Yeah, so in Yemen, wanting for Yemen, I wanted, and I'm sure all the people who in Yemen, you know, because Yemen meant so much to me, there's a reason why Yemen. So I was online in Karachi also. I found Socotra island, right? Because I have a reincarnation perhaps with Yemen, and my principal born in Yemen, Aden. So I was like craving for this, thing with Yemen, progress, and why not the Arab countries help Yemen? So when I left Pakistan, when I saw that the Yemen's president, I was so happy. Mansour, President Mansour Hadi, Abdur Mansour Hadi, right? I was so happy here. I was like on the seventh sky, like, hello. And then attack on him, and it was too. I mean, my condition I can't explain. You think I'm able to talk? I don't know. Like, see now, it's like I'm constrained, and if I cry, my tears because now I was crying, and as I took a nap, my bones are hurting me. Like, oh my god! I open my close and open my fingers and all this. So I don't know. The Yemenis. Then came the disaster. Oh God, I was looking forward to. So there's Facebook, my Facebook page group, and then seeing the hunger. I couldn't see all this, and I couldn't even talk about this. I can't talk about this much. Facebook group is we want prosperity, peace. Nearly half. Look what's happened here. I can't afford to get angry all the. Yemen is facing a severe, escalating hunger crisis. Even like what? Nearly half the population. I just died. It's killing me. I can't read this. Forget it. My dream just died. It's come to this hunger. It's overly shocking for me. Famine in Yemen since 2016 to the present day. I think I could have died. I should have died being happy on this. President Abdur Mansour Hadi, I would have died. Then all of a sudden shocked that it didn't work out. They attacked him. And thank God, Saudi Arabia, I'm so grateful. But, we couldn't save, they couldn't save Yemen's. because of these Houthis. And I even fought with these on Facebook, these Iranis, whoever these Shia saying, what is this? Saudi Arabia is doing, and America down with America. You have to go with the world, not with your Imam. Imam hasn't come. Vilayat Faqih, and what Saudi Arabia is doing in Yemen. I fought with them against that. And then I go and I say a bad word to President Abdurrabbu Mansur Hadi on on the Twitter, right? But thank God he didn't take any action against me. I feel so ashamed. I mean, I was in that sometimes, fighting for him, and this is how they've made me. So I couldn't control it, and this poor guy, president, I went and I said to him, and then later on, after defending Saudi Arabia and all this, then one time I went on this. I don't want to repeat what I said on his Twitter. So no one is, so someone like, they say, why are you talking about your case and your condition? There are people who've suffered, like, imagine, I get, like, I'm, at least I get some food, right? I can get up, get all this. I'm living a better, definitely water, clean water and all this. Ouch. But I don't know, like, my spirit is broken. And these Yemenis, I don't know how they're going on. I'm like a restless maniac here, right? And I don't know how these Yemenis, mothers and all, they haven't. I lost my, I would have hunger. So yeah, do you think another thing is that do you think there's a God? It's of course it's us people who make others suffer to no extent. Nearly half of Yemen faces severe food insecurity. What insecurity? Famine. Hmm. Gone. So I kept myself alive. Hunger crisis. Wow. Amazing, right? What a gift to me and for all these humanity. Oh, can you see this? After seeing afterwards, then I had to go play games on Facebook and the ads are coming like the what? Can I see this? Oh, I can't get up to help myself here. For like, but I survive. How if the mothers? So I had enough. Uh, do you think there's a God? But yes, so I could see in myself that it's insanity that I would believe there's a God. Again, have that. Uh, it's something in humans, insanity. I have to say this in me also. Excuse me. People suffering. I think inside, I don't. Well, my arms are like a little bit. So how can they take this, Yemenis? Hmm? Looking at this is, I just feel like it's killing. It's killing me. So, but I didn't die. I don't die. And here is one person saying, how could, like, I think people should feel ashamed, right? I don't even remember. Of how they went against a loyal soul and tried to justify their evil. Oh, people can groom others. And then we have this, Mujra, what's that Mu- Indian movie song? Like the British grooming, Pakistani Muslim grooming gang. Oh, well, she was wearing a skirt and they're like this, they're boyfriend promiscuous society. So why not use, you have yourself to blame and not us, like that. So, like, oh, promiscuity, that means you're supposed to use that? I wouldn't. Oh, yeah, they have alcohol and oh, she got a little, this thing got on me. She was falling on me and I couldn't help it. Because why do they drink alcohol? Right? So I thought in our religion, this ayat that pass by something indecent with dignity and say peace, I would say forget your dignity. Go, like if dignity, why do you want to look good? But in that way of being decent, I think, I mean, be civilized, right? Be civilized, be human. Don't say that if you are naked, why are you naked? Like Khalil Gibran and the Prophet, taunting them. Why is your house burning? Or why is your house on fire? These are the people, thieves, right? Why is your house on fire? Khalil Gibran. I thought my religion was like not to ask this way. Why is your house on fire? It's not. So from the Prophet. Why is your house on fire? Not coming actually. It's perhaps metaphorically AI. I think it's Evil, good and evil. Is it in this? No, it's not wise. Your house on fire. Sorry, I forgot. What has befallen your house? But let not him who longs much say to him who longs little, wherefore are you slow and halting? For the truly good, ask not the naked, where is your garment, nor the houseless, what has befallen you. Who is truly good anyway. What are we to do now? Help myself. Recently, help myself. No. I think I need to accept. Why can't I? So feeling guilty also. You think you're the telling me, do you think you're the only one who's suffering? Why do you talk about this? And you see people, they hold this image, right? Like Jiddu Krishnamurti has found something about, when you just hold that image, when the image of the person, okay, she was like this in childhood or somewhere, there must be a reason behind this. Maybe the culprit is the adults, grown ups, who are not really grown ups, not mature enough. So, they just, they hold that image or the image they have about you. Jiddu Krishnamurti. Fresh, human. People just hold that image that they have about you without knowing why you did what you did in your childhood. And then there are some people who love to hurt you. Mind that is free from the past, always young, innocent, and capable of seeing things anew, like Hafiz has written, anew, and anew, afresh and afresh. And they don't look within themselves. I'm callous. We are, I don't think, I don't know. We are callous people. We are, what's the, what kind of, why this callousness in us? Like showing or having an insensitive and cruel disregard for others. Why this heartless, unfeeling, uncaring, cold hearted, and all this we are. We are. Why this callousness? Yes, time makes us, or whatever in society, brainwashing. It's no regard for what the person could be suffering, no regard, just callous. It's hard to survive. Yeah, so these are callous people. And I've lost that contempt. It's before I could go into deep things and contemplate and get insight into this. Don't know why. Callous, evil, pure evil, jealousy or selfishness, being brainwashed, or prejudices, indoctrination, justify their evil. People like to justify what they, you see, they don't see that the three fingers at time. What, like, if this person is loyal and, look at yourselves first. So before blaming others, like what I used to do before year 2000, when I got really gone case, they made me, whatever it was that happened. Um, so before blaming others, look at yourself, like inside. What something lacking in me, in you, and if that person has hurt you, right, and keeps hurting you and hasn't apologized and doesn't mean it and comes in your way, it's then. But now I'm also shocked. Like this person, she means that this person has been loyal, right? Loyal is a loyal soul. Why can't you see it that she's a loyal soul and get some? Be ashamed of yourself. Like someone, Joker, where's the Joker? Chosen ones. This union is a divine assignment. The two of you are here to lead cosmic harmony channel. And another one. Uh, yeah, why? You see, if they see a loyal soul and they see that they are not loyal, maybe they haven't been that true to themselves or the environment how they were brought up. And they just don't want to see that they can't take a loyal soul. They can't take someone better than them. Just makes them, just brings out that they are disloyal, right? So they haven't worked on themselves or what? Or they didn't get that mother who could instill that in them. They just can't see it. That's why sometimes in religion, like when it came to facing your sins, yes, but at the same time, not with fear. You see, we're taught to see our sins as disgusting. It's terrible. Ah, I want to cry. Cry, yes, cry. See, look at your sin. Oh God, please forgive me. Sometimes the fear is so much that you don't want to see your bad part, then you see the bad part projected. Your bad part, which you don't want to see, it's projected on the other. And it's blindfolded you, maybe, to see the loyalty in that soul. You think everyone's like this. If she's made a mistake somewhere here, she's just disloyal, brander, bad. You're just blinded by it because it's too much for you to take. So that's why, doing it like looking at your wrongdoings or falterings, uh, and bringing light there, or, not with fear, but with love, gentleness, not with fear. Don't fear it. Otherwise, you'll just run away from, and then you'll project it onto another. So that projection has made you, because you're blind to your own fault now. You cannot see it. You know, maybe someone who thinks, oh, they're so righteous, they're so good, they're salihin Allah. They've never taunted anyone, but they're just so good, so nice. So there's the worst and the best of us, but we don't want to see it. The ones who don't want to see it, they project there and they are blinded. They don't want to see the bad in them. They can't. It scares them to death. And so they project it onto the, and that's how they justify. Shakti Goen, or which book? In which book? There's, to talk about the rest of us. So there's this Joker thing also. What's the quote? There's the worst in the best of us. There, this self-righteous also, self-righteousness. It's really terrible at times. You're looking down upon other, or you just feel, or you've just made, you have this facade that you are very self-righteous, but you're not. There is the worst in the best of us. I think it was in Shakti Goen's book. There is some good in the worst of us and some evil in the best of us. When we discover this, we are less prone to hate our enemies, right? Attributes to. But this enemy of mine, it's just suffocating me. That's why, and also putting others in trouble. Like, that's why I feel, why should I forgive them? And telling me telepathic or intuitive feeling that they're going to give my loved one cancer. That's jealousy, like they can't stand me being happy, loving someone. That's due to jealousy. But the thing that, they justify, some of them, because they're just so righteous, feeling that they are so righteous and they don't see any evil in themselves, but there is evil in the best of us. So, like the mutta thing in this religion, there are men, I mean, in this religion who can't stop themselves. God has said, then go and get a, if you can't afford a believing woman, free believing woman, then marry these girls who are what? slaves or whoever they are. But the Yatagam. Surah Nisa at 25. I think. And in our, the women should be like this. We men can do anything, it's okay. God has allowed us. Yeah. So, oh, this is Martin Luther King Jr.'s, or attributed to James Treslow Adams. A similar version is also attributed to Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, okay, it's this one, James Treslow Adams. The best of us, and so much bad in the best of us that um, it ill behooves any of us to find fault with the rest of us. So, so I have bad. Anyways, I didn't like I don't like the bad, right? So maybe I haven't seen it. I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like abuse. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. And I wanted to be a good human being and work on myself. But then, of course, there were times when the arrows were thrown at me and I couldn't get up. Like it was my heart was bleeding, or I felt that my blood was being, my energy was being siphoned uh, with that. But yet, I didn't want to attack. I just wanted to. So I start this Noah, start reciting, like maybe God will give me the strength to get up while my heart is bleeding, while there's a knife stabbed in my heart, right? Or call on Jesus also. I tried that. And also, like, when Imam Hussein, since I was a Shia, I would start that Noha reciting, a what was it? तीरों के मसल्ले पे वो सजदा शुक्राना शबीर ने बतलाया इस्लाम पे मर जाना तीरों के मसल्ले पे पर वो सजदा शुक्राना like on the spears, the mat, prayer mat, masalla it's called, on the prayer mat of spears, that uh, that prostration of gratitude to God. I would tell myself, get up. In year 2000, I started, but I so even if they were, um, and I believe that Celine Dion song also, which came, uh, "Life Without You," I don't know. So if they could shoot at me, they could throw spears at me. I just hope that I could go on and not trouble anyone or be a burden on anyone. So I don't know. But life without you, I don't know. So they started to tell me that they're going to harm this person. And so my heart started to really become weaker, weaker, weaker. A mountain of stone, a door of steel can't stand. And if they had done this to me and I could find a way to get up and move on in life, I would have. I'd go on. Brutal machines, unbending laws can't slow me down. I'd go on. See, I would have gone on with my life. And maybe in this, like in The Bodyguard, also help someone if I could. Like, I had this idealistic views, like I would sacrifice my children for my principal also because you meant so much to me. And I would be like, like what Bibi Zainab did, for Imam Hussein, even though Bibi Zainab's children were like 9, 10 years old when she told her children to sacrifice for Imam Hussein fight there in Karbala. And like, I was like thinking idealistically like that even though my principal's age is like, yeah, thinking like that, I don't know if I could do it or not. Like even sacrifice my life to save my principal, even though she's much older than me. So all this, I would go on in what? Like maybe try to make life beautiful, help someone. The movie Bodyguard, save someone's life, come in the way of the bullet, take the bullet, be a bodyguard. I'm sure I could face the bitter cold, but life without you. But then I saw that if I didn't get tea, I became so weak in those attacks or whatever it was. Chronic fatigue also. I don't know. I don't know. The winds of the heart can blow me down. But I get right up, and I stand my ground. I've tasted fear, my share of pain, the wasted tears of love in vain. I've held you tight, pushed you away. Now with all my might, I beg you to stay. I'm sure I could face the bitter cold, so cold. But life without you, I don't know. So they got me on this, life without you, I don't know. They even, my enemy, got me on this. And so never even tell your secrets, they say, but they came and they read my diary, my personal diary, when I was in London. What if your psychopath, covert narcissist, malignant is your mother or father or sibling? They say secrets to anyone, not even your mother. Times don't tell your mother this or that, or even to get her worried. But what if your mother is the covert narcissist? And what if she knows your secret? She's given birth to you and she's seen you grow up. So what's the use now? People telling us, don't tell your secrets out here. But inside, someone did such a great job of studying me. They didn't have to study, an outsider didn't have to study me, take time to study me. The insider gave everything to that outsider who then used black magic or whatever to harm me. So now, if someone says, don't give your secrets to anyone, and now what you're going through and this and that, I laugh at. I just say, what nonsense. Sorry, I have to say that. Because the insider is the one. You don't have to give your secrets out. They violated everything, my privacy. Khairatmand, Abbas, Mekariu. Like Abbas was, and this one is a Shia also, so Hazrat Abbas. And then the Noahs I started. Okay, what was that? My younger time, childhood day, Noah. Baby Sakina is saying, yeah, Abbas, I'm calling you. Where are you? Ab to zara khayme mein aao, Ghazi. That's not Baby Zainab, right? Ab to zara khayme mein aao, Ghazi. Can you believe this? But people, Yazid would be better, really, I tell you. I'm told that they're Shia, that this person who's my enemy. Now I'm reciting these Nohas, trying to get help or just remembering so it would give me courage, strength to go on, to even breathe for today at this moment. This moment was taken away. Like I couldn't meditate for a moment. अब तो जरा खैमे में आओ गाजी, अब तो जरा खैमे सुनता नहीं कोई मेरी सदाएं, असगर नाय अकबर ना आए और बाबा ना आए, ज़ैनब को असगर को पानी पिलाओ Ghazi. So that's gone now. I'm an ex-Shia. Thank you for your time and attention. I better leave now. I'm out of breath. I apologize for taking all this time of yours. This is second, so for the second also, whoever was here for my second part, I thank you much. May God keep you away from this kind of evil. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And please don't worry. Please don't, because just remember, I know it's very natural to worry, but please remember, if you worry for me, then it wouldn't help me, right? So you need to be strong for me. And when you make your life and you're happy in your life, that will make me happy. I don't want to see people suffering or worrying or anything. So you be happy and don't worry for me, please, because that will pull me down further. So be happy. Don't worry.
We'll be back until then.
Not
Thank you
for
so
me.
much.
It's not going to help me. Worries won't help. We just have to accept what is now. Whatever I've been through, and this is the bitter reality. Sorry, you just have to accept it. Don't worry about it, I would say. If you can help not worrying, please do that. And if I can encourage or somehow inspire you in some way not to worry about me, or convince you that you shouldn't be worrying about me. So have a smile on your face. This is life. At least see that I am talking and I'm spending whatever I can, I'm giving here, whatever is left of me. Hope you can be happy for this, right? For me in this way. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time, attention here, your help, your support, whoever has been helping me, supporting humanity in any way. Really grateful to you all. Thank you for all that you do for us.